Here from India today. Hi. Hi. How are you doing? Prithviraj, tell me, of course, everyone's talking about your looks, but what was your daughter's reaction to seeing the trailer or the look that when she saw it?
The trailer? She associates the whole film with my beard. Because I used to be sporting a really long beard for the longest time, and she thought it was very cool. So she keeps associating Aadujeevitham with the time that I had the beard. I don't know if there is a film I'd want her to see, and I've made this remark before and people have taken it out of context. When I said that I have not shown my films to my daughter, I've had to field questions where people have asked me, then how do you come out and say that others should go to theatres with family and watch the film? The difference being that when my daughter watches a film of mine, she's only 9. She will keep seeing her father on screen. She will not see an actor. Unlike your children, who will see Prithviraj the actor. So it's a different contextual scenario where a 9-year-old child will have to go and see her father on screen doing things that she never sees him doing otherwise. So for that reason, I have not shown her any of my films. But this is one film when at some point I will proudly show her. And if at one point my daughter turns around and asks me, were you an actor? What does being an actor mean? I think the first film I will show her is Aadujeevitham.
Also, because it's a survival drama, tell me 3 things that you cannot survive without.
My daughter, my wife, and cinema.
There's also a lot of talks about Badi Piya, Choti Piya. Anything you want to say, because that also has a very different look and a personality for you.
I'll meet you in Bombay and we will speak in detail.
Great. Also, I wanted to speak to Jimmy and of course Talib, and of course tell me, how was it?
You dedicated 6 years for Aadujeevitham. What made you to dedicate your 6 years for this film? Losing a weight and gaining a weight. Being a star, you'll be busy with other films also. Even though you managed with your date for Aadujeevitham, what made you to dedicate yourself for this?
What made me dedicate 6 years to this film? The pandemic.
Even losing a weight and gaining that.
The pandemic, actually.
Okay.
Although it was never meant to be 6 years. We were supposed to finish shooting in 2 years, which was a reasonable time frame for a film like this. I mean, you will need at least 2 years to do a film like this with an actor going through such a big transformation. And that plan was very set, and we were all very comfortable with it, but then the pandemic happened, and then we had to sort of change locations in the last minute. So we started in Kerala, then we went to Jordan, then we had to come back, then we restarted in Algeria, then came back to Jordan, then came back to Kerala. So all this put together just went on for a while. But having said that, now when I see the film, it's all worth it. I have absolutely no regrets. It's all worth it. What is my 6 years? There's a person sitting next to me who's given 16 years. So, what am I complaining about?
You released in Malayalam, Salar, you released in Malayalam, and now Hombale releasing your film in Karnataka. How happy to associate with that?
Yeah, I'm overjoyed. It's just that I think people tend to ask me this question very particularly because I've released a few Kannada films in Kerala, starting with KGF2, then 777 Charlie. I also did Satyasagara and all that. But I just think I am part of a much larger movement where industries are now working more closely with each other, and this is a dynamic relationship that I think should and will progress, and that is not just with Prithviraj Productions or me and Hombale. I think all over people are now thinking now, for example, Aadujeevitham is being released by Hombale in Karnataka, Red Giant in Tamil Nadu, Anil Tadhani in the north, Maitri in Andhra and Telangana. So these are all my friends. I have had, so with Anil Tadhani, with Maitri, with Hombale, all these people are people with who I have had discussions about how we should all be working together, and they have been saying the same thing to me for the past 5-6 years. I remember from about 2017, 18, we've had these discussions, and now it's all coming into fruition. And it's a wonderful way to be doing cinema. It's a wonderful way for industries to be hand-holding each other and making sure that our content travels all over the country. And I think that is the way forward, not just for big-ticket films like Aadujeevitham, for all content. I think if we decide to work together, And if we decide that we all are going to make great content and we all are going to work for each other to make sure that the content travels, I think it's wonderful days ahead for Indian cinema in general.
Hi sir, Rick sir.
കൂടുതൽ വീഡിയോസിനായി B4 Place ഫോളോ ചെയ്യൂ, സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യൂ.